You suck ass.
When I say hocus pocus, you say everybody focus. Hocus pocus.
Everybody focus.
I need to hear everyone saying it. Hocus pocus.
Everybody focus.
Thank you. Today we're going to be reading Goodnight Moon by Margaret Wise Brown. In the great green room, there was a telephone and a red balloon and a picture of... What do y'all think it's a picture of?
That's a bedroom.
Let's see. The cow jumping over the moon.
Oh, who did guess that?
And there were 3 little bears sitting on chairs. Let's make sure we're listening. Let's put a bubble in our mouths and let's put our listening ears on and our eyes up front. And a comb and a brush and a bowl full of mush. And a quiet old lady who was whispering,
Mrs. D?
hush.
That's not a question, or... I have a
What
question.
was-
What's a bowl of mush?
A bowl of mush. It's something like oatmeal or porridge or any food that's kind of applesauce. I know you like applesauce.
So is it a colloquial synonym for the word itself?
It could be. Thank you for raising your hand. That was really good. Here's a picture. Wow. Good night, moon. Good night, cow. Jumping over the moon.
Miss D, how can a cow jump over the moon?
Let's make sure we're raising our hands. Raise your hand. Yes, yes, Jackie.
How can a cow jump over the moon?
It's something that we see whenever we're sleeping a lot. Whenever you're dreaming and you see the cows jumping over the moon.
You dream about cows?
Sometimes.
Wow.
Sometimes. Good night, light and the red balloon. Good night, bears. Good night, chairs. Good night, kittens. And good night, mittens. What 2 words did y'all hear that rhyme? Do y'all remember the rhyming words?
Good night.
That's close. Anyone have another guess?
And
Kittens, mittens.
Good job, Jackie.
Sorry.
Good night,
Use your
clocks.
pen next time.
Let's make
You
sure
know
we're
what?
listening.
Shh.
Let's make sure we're listening.
Miss D, he keeps interrupting me.
Okay, we need to be listening to our story right now. And if you ever probably need to raise your hand, okay? Thank you. Yes, Jackie.
He's the problem.
No, you're being a bucket emptier. We need to be a bucket filler right now.
Mrs. D, can I be excused?
Bubble.
Can I go to the restroom?
No. Do you need to go to
I need to go to too.
Okay, then you need to grab a pass and you need to exit quietly.
I will
You're being
grab the
very
pass
disruptive
and
right now.
quietly.
Thank you. I know our friend's very distracting right now, but we need to be engaged in our story.
I'm listening, Miss D.
Thank you, Jackson, for having a bubble in your mouth. Give me some knocks. Oh. Good night, clocks, and good night, socks. Good night, comb, and good night, brush. And good night to the old lady whispering, hush. Hush. Okay, I want to do that real quick. Yes, Jackson.
How old is old?
I don't think there's a specific age for the word
It's that old lady.
I mean, what do you think? What do you think an old lady is? Yeah,
How old are you?
Yes.
My mommy's been seeing this guy and he's
She didn't let me
87.
finish
Okay,
Is that old?
No.
That's not old.
No, that's not old, and we need to keep our thoughts like that for after our lesson, okay?
That's old.
No.
How old are you?
I'm 22.
That's old.
Are you married?
No, we're getting off topic. We need to be
Mrs.
focusing
D,
on
do you have
good
kids?
moon. No, we need to be
Boyfriend?
focusing on our story.
Dogs? Cats? Boyfriend?
That is not what we're talking about right now. And I know the dog's distracting, but I need you to focus.
Emotional support animal.
He's a
That's
service
okay.
dog.
That's okay, but we need to be focusing on our story. And 2 little kittens and a pair of mittens and a little toy house and a young mouse. And a comb and a brush and a bowl full of mush and a quiet old lady who was whispering, hush. Good night, moon. Good night, cow, jumping over the moon. So we're hearing the cows jumping over the moon again. Good night, light and the red balloon. Good night, bears. Good night, chairs. Good night, kittens and good night, mittens. Good night, clocks and good night, socks. Good night, comb and good night, brush. And good night to the old lady whispering, hush. The end. What did y'all think of that story?
I don't understand it.
Can you read it again?
I found it very redundant.
It's a very good story, and we can read it again later, but now we're going to go to our next lesson. Thank y'all so much. Everyone give yourself a pat on the back. Good job. Oh, if you're going to come in, you can come in. Yeah. And that's going to be the end of our lesson today. Let's get ready for our next session.